Hello everyone, and welcome to a very brief tutorial where we're going to talk about how to spawn a dragon for the new Temporal Dragon event that is currently going on. This event allows you to not only, fight a unique boss, get some unique items, but the biggest feature is you are able to travel back in time to different parts of the server at different points in history. And today I'm going to show you how exactly to do that, how this all works, and hopefully you'll get the chance, because this event will be going on through the entire month of March, and a dragon can be summoned every 4 hours. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the crafting recipe. These are the ingredients you're going to need. 7 lapis lazuli blocks, 1 clock, and 1 gas tier. All things considered, not the most expensive dragon crystal we've had. The previous astral ones cost an entire beacon. Even though gas tiers can be a little bit hard to get your hands on, this is probably going to be a lot easier for you compared to maybe the last event if you were here for that. So anyway, you're going to put 1 gas tier at the bottom, 1 clock in the center, 7 lapis lazuli blocks surrounding it, and then you will get 1 temporal crystal. If this does not have a unique texture for you, you might need to update your MCO resource pack and or download Optifine if you have not already. And now, what do you do with this? Well, it's a crystal. It's a dragon crystal. So you're going to have to put it on a block of obsidian. Where do you put it on a block of obsidian? The short answer is wherever you want. But that is going to be where the dragon is going to spawn and where the region that you'll be able to go back in time and see the history of will be. Although spawn would be a very good place, maybe we should go somewhere a little less crowded right now. Here we are in NH City, an older town from the late 2010s that you might be familiar with, as it is one of the main, if not the biggest city that is located in a mesa biome. This is my house right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put down this obsidian, and then you just take the crystal and put it on top. Now, obviously nothing's going to happen, and this alone isn't enough to spawn the dragon, because now you have to run the command /dragon, and as you can see, we have a few subcommands here. Query will tell you information about where it currently is. Summon will actually summon the dragon to your location once you have a crystal placed. Claim is used after the dragon is defeated in order to activate the dungeon's rewards. In this case, it'll have a chance to give everybody present one of these, a timeless fragment. And lastly, dragon teleport is for after you've killed the dragon, you can then teleport through the rift in time to go see the older version of wherever you currently are. So I am going to try and run /dragon summon. However, that is currently not going to work just yet because there is currently a global cooldown for the dragons. This is obviously to reduce spam and obviously to reduce people, literally farming the dungeon relentlessly. But the hope is that everybody will get a chance because, you think every 4.5 hours, that is multiple times a day. And obviously it'll work in all time zones because not everybody's going to be on at the wane hours of the night. We'll see how many people are on for the next fight. But that's basically it in terms of how you summon the dragon. Where I am going to go now real quick is to the place where the last dragon was, just to introduce you to how the temporal rifts work. So the last one was here in Lake Callian. What in the hell? Okay, so once a dragon has been killed, you can then run the command /dragon teleport. You will be teleported through the temporal rift back in time. And as you can see, Lake Callian looks a lot different. It's more keen to say that there really is no Lake Callian. Aside from a few buildings, there really isn't much here. This is Callian Island, the Callian Islands, territory of the Republic of Verico. If you do have a minimap mod, it will be overwriting the map data, so you'll probably want to revisit the area afterwards to update it. But once you're here, you're able to go for quite a fair distance to, get a good look at what MCO used to be like. Obviously, there are some things here. As we approach this area, you will realize that Las Verino, which is a very, very old town, is still here. If you want to know exactly what time period you are in, you can run the command /Litonia info, and it'll tell you. Right here, you can see that it is Fredonia 2012 30 1200. Really, what you probably are the most curious about is the first part of that. that is the year, which means this is from 2012. In other words, 4 years before I joined the server. And that was 9 years ago. Something else to note is you cannot use the teleport command if you are not at the precise location. When a dragon is summoned, you will see a message in chat and you'll be able to hover over it and it'll tell you where those coordinates are. If you want to come through the temporal rift, but you're nowhere near close enough to run the command, what you can do is run /Lionia invite to invite another player through the temporal rift no matter where they are in the world. In this case, I will do Banana28. And here we are with Banana. They have invited me to Lidonia. So let's go ahead and use /Litonia accept ScarClaw72, and all of a sudden, Banana's in Lidonia. Now that that's been handled, you should know everything you need to do as far as fighting and summoning these dragons. If you want a tip for the dragon fights themselves, each dragon usually has one or multiple unique capabilities, and the biggest one of the temporal dragons is they can rewind time back to their last perch and restore any health they lost during that time period. So if all of a sudden the dragon's teleporting around and, the health bar is filling back up, now you know why. Also, as I learned the hard way, if you have any dragon crystals currently placed in the world, they will heal the dragon if it is spawned within proximity. We did one of the fights at Funky Town, and I've had a crystal floating over my house there for, I don't know exactly how long, but since I built the thing. And I unfortunately had to shoot it down while we were fighting the dragon because it started healing it, and if that was happening, we weren't going to make any progress. So just something to keep in mind for where you spawn it. Obviously, try to only spawn them in places you have permission. I'm not entirely certain what the rules are regarding that, but try your best to not addition grief while summoning dragons. If you need more clarification on where you can summon them, or if it's allowed to place obsidian, wherever you want, I would contact an admin about that. Server rules, they still apply. And while you are in Litonia, you can walk around chests. All of these are protected, so you cannot interact with any of them. You may come across mobs, they will be frozen in time. So realistically, you are free here to explore and do whatever you want. The regions go for a decent distance. As you saw, we started the fight here in the center of Lake Callion, I believe at this island, and the border goes all the way out here. That's a pretty sizable chunk of land around wherever you're going to spawn the dragon. And last thing I'm going to note, PvP is disabled in Litonia, so you are completely safe. Don't let anyone scare you from coming to visit. This is a very, very special event where people can go back in time and not only just see screenshots or videos or stories of what the server used to be like, but actually experience it in a way you've never been able. Literally step back in time into what the server was like, in this case, 13 years ago. With that all being said, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you got some use out of it, and I hope to see you spawning dragons as we fight this temporal King Flippe and drive him away from the lands of Fredonia. If there's any extra information I feel like I need to add, I will make a quick follow-up. But that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys have fun with these dragons, and I will see you very soon.